Well, hello, 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 my Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury signs. Welcome to your Mercury Retrograde read. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and damn happy to be working for you today, Virgo Sun that I am. If you're new to my channel, please do like and subscribe. On my way to 1,000 subscribers, so I can do all the things that the channels that have 1,000 plus can do. Moving on my way up, help me get there. I'm going to be doing super live chat and a little ditty called Junk Tarot. There's a description in the box below. There's a link in the description box below explaining what Junk Tarot is. But enough of that. Let's get down to business for this reading. This is a general read, right? Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury signs. Go look up your planets. It's always good to know different planets I find in my own personal experience give me, like my Pisces Moon. Pisces Moon readings just definitely hits me differently than my Virgo Sun, my Leo Rising, or in this case, Libra, because I have Venus conjunct Mercury in Libra. So check out your other signs, take what resonates, don't take it personally if it doesn't, because I'm reading hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions really, in the quantum collective of any one sign, let alone Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, right? Cancerians in particular, it's a lot of water, right? It's a lot of ocean to navigate through. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, check your other signs. This is a Mercury retrograde read, particularly fine-tuned well for the 16th of February to the 9th of March, obviously. That's when it goes retrograde. But what's interesting is it goes direct on the 9th. Full moon in Mercury, which is also ruled, full moon in Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury. I've been doing that almost every single time. It's such a Mercury retrograde brain glitch, and I am a Virgo, so that's why I need to just keep remembering to breathe, to enunciate, and make sure that things go from the 8th chakra to the 7th to the 3rd and out my mouth, right? Because that's how this works for me. Cool. So these reads in particular for this period of time, it is weird that it ends at a full moon in Virgo for some reason. I don't know why yet. That this reading is about how this is working for you, how to make it work for you, Mercury retrograde, Mercury is an air planet, so what we think about it, we I think we do make these horrible self-fulfilling prophecies in terms of the stress level of Mercury retrograde, where I call it Hermes' joke. By the way, Hermes is right there, at least the statue of him. Hermes, Mercury, Leguathoth, they're all the same deity, right? The multi-dimensional beings here. So Hermes likes a good joke, being a trickster, and also, we sort of like watch, they even wind themselves up and go. So, that's what these readings have been for. I find they've been really powerful. People have been giving me feedback offline as well as on, saying this is really good. It's going to help me navigate through this in a way. Just like if we had like a rainy week, rainy 3 weeks, it's 3 weeks in one day. But you get what I mean. Cool. Last thing. Please remember to breathe consciously, really, every day of your life, Mercury retrograde or otherwise. But for during this reading, I'm doing my best. Oh yeah, there are 4 elemental breaths, so I've been practicing one for each of the 12 signs, right? The element breathing, I studied with a Sufi master, my God, way back in the 90s, probably like 1990 or 91, just for a day, and he taught me the 4 breaths. There are 4 ways to get air in and out of the body. Each one has an elemental correspondent. So the one for air is the one we're all supposed to do in polite society, which is in through the nose, out through the mouth. Sorry, for the element of water, Cancerian, right? So in through the nose, out through the mouth. Did you notice how that just grounded me like that? That's what I need to do on my end to bring through the guidance and the grace as clearly as possible. If you're doing it on your end, you're going to be in the present moment and also tuning to that still point of the present moment where divinity resides, right? So you're tuning to the reading in a whole different way than I am, but the same read, right? Let's do this. I love my Cancerians. Did I ever tell you my mother's a Cancerian? I gotta call her later. This is actually Valentine's Day, the day I'm doing this, so here we go. Still point. My gods and goddesses, please. We are going to do an element spread, top 5 cards, with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Fire, Earth, Air, Water, Spirit. Fire. What does this Cancerian collective need to reconsider about their desire, their element of fire? Rethink what they think and believe in their element of air. Reevaluate what they have in their element of earth. Oh, we'll see if she pops up later. At what they feel in their element of water. And for the element of spirit, give us a point of view, a lens through which the Cancerians can navigate through this Mercury Retrograde, February to March 2020. Please, top 5 cards, element spread, my gods and goddesses. Please, clean cut. Please, clean cut for the maiden, for the mother, for the crown. Good, good, good. A clean cut is when it does, because they're round cards, sometimes they catch on my finger and one dangles. I'm like, well, is that the top card or not? I want a clean cut. Clean cut, clean cut. Move down, move down. Ready? Let's dive in. Oh, all the decks I read are in the description box all the way at the bottom. Check out, there's cool stuff on the way down. All right, so the element of fire, what it is that you desire, what you want, that you burn for, that you decide, that you hope, right? Like a candle in the window, right? Hoping for something to happen. Well, you got the Ten of Flames, so you're looking for a completion of desire. Now, just to let you know, once we get these 5 cards down, I'm going to layer down another 5 of the Healing with the Angels Oracle. So that's why I'm not going to spend like an hour on each card, which you really can't do anyway on YouTube. So if you get that, it's Hava Nagila, it's the Hora, it's a celebration. It's a very different interpretation from the Rider Waite version. And I love Pamela Coleman Smith. Bless her heart, bless her soul. She gave us so much. She gave us a great structure, but this is definitely a more joyful picture than, you know, lugging that shit home, right? Like coming out, it's like you forgot your bags when you went food shopping. So you had to carry that shit all home yourself. So, you know, so rethinking that. We'll have a look at the other cards, obviously, but that says to me right off the bat that what you think of as the fulfillment of desire here, really get in touch with not just what you want that to be, but why you want it to be, usually the more emotional component, right? Because you need to relook at that a little bit, reevaluate it differently. Element of earth to help you get element of fire, right? Like what is it, the wax in the wick that feeds the flame? Well, interesting. You got fire and earth and earth. This is actually rather rare, having read this spread 10 billion times, it seems. 4 of Pentacles is stability, right? It's security. It's physical security. You know, you're used to seeing like the dude with the coin like that. I know, isn't it Vogue? It's so like Madonna must have stolen that move somehow, I think. So that sense of security, but what I love about this card, 4 women with water jugs going to the village well, the tribal well, which does not run dry, you know? It's like it's a piece of their security. So there is also a touch of emotional security, like what would the opposite be? Insecurity. So just feeling that on that you've got that. Not just reconsider that, oh, maybe I shouldn't be. Like, reconsidering, retrograde doesn't necessarily mean that everything has to be backwards, right? Oh, I have to rethink that, totally turn that around. No, like, reconsider it. It's like, you know what? Physically, I am okay. Physically, you know, whatever's going on in the outside world. Right now, I am safe right now where I am. And I think we forget that. With everything going on in the world, let's just leave that there. That the mind can spin and spin and spin, and we're supposed to be looking at things differently mentally, right? Mercury retrograde, air planet retrograde. But of course, that can have a big effect on a Cancerian emotionally, especially because you're empathic, and possibly, you know, if this is your way, if this is your skill, first wave or divine feminine, if you want to call it all of that, picking up on the fear and the trepidation and the uncertainty of everyone around you, not just those you know, but possibly telepathically. Well, telepathically on an emotional wave is empathy. Thank you very much. My guides over here correcting me as we go, but that's good. It's their job. So to kind of rest into that and like really consider how safe and secure you actually are, that might help you get here in a different way than you would have otherwise. Element of air. This is going to be really, really key. What's the mind looking at? And your first major arcana card, the moon. So for the mind to really start considering not just the emotions, I mean, the moon is certainly more the divine feminine than the divine masculine. It pulls on the emotional tides of water, waxing and waning, ebbing and flowing, but also to tune the mind perhaps to the intuition, that if the mind, because of Mercury retrograde, becomes a bit overburdened, get into your physical body. Feel the breath in the body. Be ground and center. You know, hematite in your socks is a great idea, but, you know, sometimes it's just rocks if your mind is racing. If your heart is worried and the mind is spinning. I was raised by a Cancerian mother, trust me, I know. That thing of knowing that the intuitive path is always under our feet, but there are times in life where the moon is in the right place and you're standing at a body of water at night, midnight, and that path of silver light comes right to your feet. Not only at that moment, but highlighting that the intuitive path is always here. None of us is without intuitive guidance and grace. But the mind can spin away with it, right? Can even take an intuitive hunch and run with it in a different direction that was ever intended. Always part of the journey, always part of the lesson. But know that the mind may be very much, what's the word? I don't want to say, affected or affected by the moon. I think both might be true on this one. So the mind might be a little turbulent, moody, like a moody mind, if that's even possible. I'm really mixing metaphors there. But let's have a look now at the emotion, because definitely indicated here. And there is some appraisal going on here in the emotional field, which is totally a retrograde thing. But appraisal is assigning value. Now, not that we are necessarily to assign value to our emotions. But we do, right? This is a good emotion. This is a bad emotion. All of them are necessary. We incarnated as souls to feel the emotional gamut. Yeah, the personality and the ego fucking hate that. But nonetheless, we came in, because you know what's going to happen? We're going to croak. We're not going to feel things the same way as we do here. Like, chocolate is just different here than, than from outside of a body. It just is. Not to mention sex, right? So all that biochemicalness of it, right? So, we came here for all of it. So rather than evaluating or assessing, right? Assessment, appraising, because when you have a ring appraised, you want to know how much it's worth. What are these emotions worth? Rather to look back and see how much you've endured, how much you've grown. That's perfect for a retrograde. Look back and see emotionally that you have really had the full range and you're still here, and love that child of your heart. Tell that emotional heart chakra of yours, like the inner child, oh my God, you are so strong, you are so resilient. Look at all we've been through. I fucking love you, kid. There's an appraisal that will heal. Right? That's how you can use this Mercury retrograde working for you. But we got the last card down, Spirit. And think of this card as almost like a lens. Like you're going to pop in a lens for Mercury retrograde and try and see things through this. And there we go, the card of analysis, to just gather information. It's a 2. Now, I know 2 of Swords, it's indecision, always about indecision, because it's that, right? Got a sword on each shoulder going back and forth. That's in a different card in this deck. I love that she redefines why I love this deck, where it's analysis like a fencer. Now, I've never fenced a day in my life. I mean, I've done some sword fighting in my personal life, but that's a whole other category. This is really left brain, right brain, left brain, right brain, left brain, right brain. Like fencers, right? That you're not just thinking of what your next move is, you're contemplating your opponent's next move, what you're going to do about that, how they're going to deal with that. And so you're 3 or 4 steps ahead, like chess. It's an analytical game of strategy, but fencing has a bit more of an active component to it, so it's more in the moment. So to see this all through, all I have to do is gather the information. My gut will tell me what to do. If I show it the options in front of me, take a deep breath, appraise what I'm feeling, I have everything I need to get where I want to go in a way that will be fulfilling. In other words, I'll get what I want, but it probably won't be burned out, exhausted, and pissed off by the time I got there because of delays, right? Whew, good one. Really, really good one so far, my Cancerians. Happy for you. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And really only one major arcana card, and by the way, it's the moon, your card. So, you know, there we go. Your sign, your planet, I should say. Nice deep breath. Let's ask the angels. Oh, one more. That was so delicious. My angels. Please, top 5 cards, element spread, same thing for this Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury sign for this Mercury retrograde, February to March 2020. Please, fire, earth, air, water, spirit, please clarify what the gods have given us here for this Cancerian collective. Okay, Mercury retrograde, February to March 2020, Maiden, Mother, Crown. Easier to do without looking at it with this deck than the big ones. So here, let me just move that there, move that there. Let's have a look. We're going to go back and look at this Hava Nagila. By the way, the Hora, they don't do at funerals, right? It's bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs. Is it B'nai mitzvahs? That's the one where it's the boy and the girl together. And weddings, right? Celebrations. So that's why I love this card. Well, my mother, Hera, as I love to call her, the Cancerian, married my stepfather, the Libra, who was her divorce lawyer when she left my father. They're still together. Yeah. So he's Jewish. Her Jewish divorce lawyer. I've been around a lot of them. I've been exposed to many cultures throughout my life. So the angels have to say to that, blessings. Oh, praise the gods, hallelujah. That's what you want, right? But that it be blessed, that you get there in a blessed way, not a stressed way. Oh, be too blessed to be stressed. Why pay more when you could pay less? $1,000 and now you're mad. I duck walk on your Birkin bag. Let's look at your earth position. I love that you have fire and fire and earth in the earth position, because you really have that stable, strong beginning, and everything really grows from there really well in this spread. So from that place of, again, not just physical, emotional, yes, you're safe, but you're safe to feel like that well is really drawing my eye. What do the angels have to say about that? New beginning. So if you are in a definite, literal, physical new beginning in some way, know that you are safe. You are safe in that. It's that you've got a solid enough foundation for where you are. And if you're not quite there yet, but that's where you're headed, in other words, to kind of get through this completion, to get to this new beginning, because remember, this is a period of time. This is a Mercury retrograde phase. 3 weeks, pretty sure, 1 day. It's 22 days. Oh, I did math. How exciting. To kind of say that this new beginning, it is also safe and secure where you are right now. So whatever emotions you're going through, don't worry about it. Like sometimes we get a little anal about law of attraction and stuff. I have to keep my vibration high. A high vibration is going to help you heal faster no matter what happens. But trust me, our emotions and our vibrations do not control the universe. It just doesn't work that way. That was a tiny seed truth that got blown so way out of proportion where people are afraid to feel their feelings. And that's just not good for anybody, right? Learning how to love what rises. Learning the healing aspect, that all emotions have a place, have a voice, and a biochemical component. By the way, yeah. Anyway, moving along. Well, we're talking emotions. How can I not here? In the element of air, we've got the moon card. And I love this in this placement. It's almost like you could meditate on the moon, right? And that would give you a lot of guidance and grace through this Mercury retrograde with celebration. And what's great about this, in the card of celebration, is a full moon. And you got the full moon. All right? So really, that the mind has the ability to create a narrative here along with the lunar flow of who you are, to actually celebrate everything that's happening, even if to other people it seems distorted or bizarre or false. To actually be like, hey, great, we're running late. Oh, that rhymes. Hermes. Oh, great, we're running late. We have time to masturbate. You know, whatever that is, right? Even if it's just a play on words, even if it's like nothing, even if you don't masturbate, but just that sort of thing of sort of keeping it light, but keeping it tuned to the moon in that way and saying, yeah, great, well, let's celebrate then that this has happened. Can't find my keys? Well, fuck, there we got it. Now we get to, let's have fun. Let's have a treasure hunt. See how it goes, because if it's going to really help you get in touch with your intuition and here, and let's get this card now with your appraisal of emotion, see it with the answered prayer, that it's going to give you what you need. It's an answer to your prayer, not just emotionally, but to every prayer is heard and every prayer is answered. Now, don't jump down my throat. I'm not the first person to say it. I didn't just come up with that off the top of my crown chakra. Thank you very much. No, but it's never answered in the way we expect because we don't see the larger divine plan. We don't see the whole quantum field. We barely understand what we're seeing with our own eyes, considering so much of it is false. It's such a long story. But to be able to trust your gut, to trust that the emotions that are coming up are there for a purpose, not a reason. We don't have to figure them out. We just need to, like children, like little children inside of us, like say, it's okay, I love you, go ahead, cry if you gotta cry, scream if you gotta scream. But no, we're not posting that. No, we're not eating that entire whatever that is. No, we are not keying their car. We're not punching the wall. But my God, I love you, and you have every right to feel the way you're feeling, right? That somehow that's an answer to your prayer, so that you assign it's okay to whatever appraisal of emotion you're going through. Just don't let it run the show. And I think then this makes a lot more sense with this analysis, sort of seeing it from more the analytical mind, right? Just sort of seeing the game of it. So you could say that, oh, this is really clear. You could say that this Mercury retrograde is in a way perfectly choreographed to elicit certain emotions from you so that they heal, so that they come up out of the cell tissue, up through the emotional body, up and out. Just let them have their emotional arc. Just don't burn down the city, right? Like, don't talk about it. You're Cancerian, stay in your shell, but feel it and release it like a steamed crab. What does the angel say? Emerging, right? That is just gonna help more and more and more of this new beginning emerge, of your true self emerge, and that more of your sense of oh, they gave me a term here, emotional analysis, not just analysis of emotion, but allowing emotion and the mental analysis to flow together. It's almost like developing a skill. If one that I think a lot of healthy people have, right? The ability to find that balance of the intuition, not just the heart, the gut. Like when your gut is telling you something's fucking off here, right? Or sometimes it's like, I don't know why, I'm not feeling a blip on this at all. Everything's fine. And other people are losing their shit, right? To be able to have that synchronicity, that congruence is really, well, it's the foundation of holistic health, right? Physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, all in balance. We got 10 cards down. We got 3 more left. We're going to ask the Ascended Masters through 2 different decks. First, we're going to look through the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack to give you a little bit of a keynote, right? Or just like here, or remember this, right? Like remember, revisit, retrograde, like all the redoing things, all the rereads, reread. Nice deep breath. Still point. My Ascended Masters, there you are. Please, just 1 card. Chuck Spezzano Love Pack. 4 suits in the deck. Problem, luck, healing, and grace. Please, one of those 4, please. Truly helpful. Something that will be truly helpful for this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury sign for this Mercury retrograde, February to March 2020. Oh. Almost had that one. Oh, I feel you. There you are. 2020. What you got? Oh, okay. I'm going to say the word on the card. I'm going to show you the card. But they're telling me, because it's Mercury retrograde, try and see this differently as quickly as possible. Loss. It's a problem card, right? You got it. Loss. It's one of the 4 ego wounds that we all have to survive. Everybody. It's abuse, neglect, codependency, and loss. Everybody has to deal with loss, even if you never were touched by the other three. Mazel tov. But I don't know anybody like that. But everybody has to deal with loss. Now, a very sad card. Loss and grief, and there's a connection to grief and how much you've loved. Like, very, very emotional card. But why they told me to try and switch it, remember, you're trying to finish something up here with blessings, right? So there might be things that drop away that, yes, may trigger old emotions of loss that were not processed. Grief from the past that never really got dealt with, still in the cell tissue, so to speak. They're saying that's what it is, right? That's what triggers are. These are our hidden landmines. So it may not be the actual thing that's going away. That might be a rather beneficial thing, a blessing, getting you where you want to go. But the trigger of it might be bringing up unprocessed trauma, for a loss from the past. So keep an eye on that. See, that's right. That's a Mercury retrograde. What if this isn't about what it appears to be? What if I'm just really healing something because it's a retrograde? I mean, you can do that any day of the year, retrograde or not. That's what therapy and healing and all this stuff is about at the end of the day, right? It's all about healing. But will you take the journey when the planet is saying, all right, you want to heal? Let's heal. You know, Hermes, Mercury is the psychopomp, the guide of souls. It's like psychology, too. Something to consider. You know what? This is water. I will not drink alcohol when I'm reading. But I have a purification pitcher, so it's a bitch to have to keep refilling. So I fill up blue glass. I love cobalt blue glass. I've got like 6 of them. Voices of the higher self. Through the Whispers of Love Oracle, going to give you that higher self, 5th dimensional and above guidance and grace, POV, point of view. Nice deep breath. Oh, that feels so good. The higher selves of all involved for my Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising, Mercury signs for this Mercury retrograde. For this February to March 2020, please, a whisper of love for them, my beloveds, my delightful moon children, my moody moon children. Bless their hearts, bless their souls, please. Higher selves, one card for them. Card of clarity, a whisper of love for this Mercury retrograde, February to March 2020. Receive with love and appreciation. Receiving something lovingly from others is a way of showing love, because giving and receiving are one in truth. Learned that from A Course in Miracles a long time ago. So receive. Remember, you are the feminine element, right? The sun is yang, active. The moon is feminine, yin, receptive, right? Take it in. Receive with love and appreciation. Now remember, on an empathic level, that goes to your benefit or detriment depending on how you perceive it, right? Mentally. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of intuitive, emotional stuff going on, particularly through the empathic skill of intuition. A lot of what you're feeling, you might want to kind of analyze and really be like, is this mine? Is this somebody else's in the room? Is this, I'm feeling the collective of humanity, all of women, the pain body of men? I mean, really read pain body stuff from Eckhart Tolle. It gets pretty extensive. How much of what we feel is not us at all, right? So to just know that going through, that you're really helping to heal humanity and all of life. But that sucks when you're stuck in traffic too. So it's all about how you want to make your way through this. It's an interesting journey, which is why, like I said, we were going to double dip with the Ascended Masters. We're getting you a Healing Mantra deck card. Did I leave the bookie book over on the coffee table? Yes, I did. Magic clap. Yay, we needed the bookie book. Now, if I had an assistant, I would clap my hands and he would have dropped it and it would just fell right there. But no. Just me and the cat. The cats aren't up for that yet. They're not up for, stage management. Nice deep breath. We're going to use the Matt Kahn Healing healing mantras. I love these. So this will be like a thing to take with you, like a mental tool to take with you through this retrograde. Cool, cool. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Last card down. And then we'll do your overview. Still point. My Ascended Masters. Yeah, I won't make that mistake twice, leaving it over there. My Ascended Masters, please. One card, the perfect healing mantra, the best healing mantra for this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury sign for this Mercury retrograde, please. Something that will help them through, because I kind of get the empathic nature of what's going on here. So really, the healing mantra that will help them through that, particularly with that lens of analysis, it might be, let it be. Let this mantra help their mind, help their emotions, help the world for the well-being of all. Okay, thank you. And here we go. Mercury retrograde. February to March. They really wanted me to work for that one. Greeting wellness. This is my card for today. This is the card I pulled for today. Greeting wellness. Balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. Balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. 10 words. Balance is the key for a life of infinite miracles. That's how I remember these things. I need mnemonic devices. My mother was a nursery school teacher. I've got 10 billion of them. I just can't remember them all. So balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. I'm going to read it from the bookie book for you. Greeting wellness. It's really about taking care of the body and taking care of yourself, bringing yourself into balance. Sorry, there we go. Greeting wellness. Take a nice deep breath. This is a good one. This is worth listening to. Balance. Greeting wellness. Balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. When wellness is welcomed, you are taking responsibility for the upkeep and preservation of your body as your sacred vessel of spiritual growth. In balance, you may come to see how endless wanting only creates more things to want. When operating from patterns of instant gratification, you are likely chasing after happiness that is out of reach as your body remains out of balance, right? So, oh my God, I totally know that. It's like how I am with sugar. I gave up sugar. I lost a lot of weight that way. Today I went food shopping and going past the bakery aisle, man, that bucket of chocolate chip cookies that they make at Stop and Shop, right? They're sort of generic, but my God, they're fucking good. And I'm like, today I was like, no, we did that last week. It's every other week, right? But if I was stressed out of my gourd, I would have gotten nothing else but. You know, it's that thing, that drive, right? This is received by learning how to care for the body physically, emotionally, energetically, and nutritionally. So yeah, it's getting yourself into balance. As your life comes into greater balance, you will likely sense true happiness, not as the end result of specific outcomes, but as the energy created by taking the time to truly take care of yourself. It's true. I've been doing a lot of breath work, I've been doing a lot of yoga, so I get it. So what did I do today? I did a couple of extra rounds of the Wim Hof. I actually held my breath up to 4 minutes today. I was shocked when I looked down at the well, I do it on his app. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a miraculous day that way. I mean, mini miracles, but who are we? There is no order of difficulty in miracles. Last bit here. This mantra is ideal for cultivating self-love, improving self-worth, and letting go of compulsive tendencies, which during a retrograde, when things seem uncertain, they look uncertain, they're obviously uncertain, and we're in uncertain times. Yeah, to try and find the balance that way. This kind of makes a lot of sense, particularly if you're medicating the pain of loss in some way. But remember that loss can be working for you in a way like a you know, not a loss of time, like you forgot something, like, oh, I lost a chunk of my life in time, like amnesia, but that thing of, oh, I'm running late, I lost time, I didn't get to. It's like, remember, things, this is all the, Mercury retrograde is part of the divine plan, not a virus within it. Ooh, that must have been for him. It's got my ear, these are the Gemini earrings. Okay, let's give you your overview. Let's see what else pops out. Magic clap. Gonna beginning to realize it's magic, because when I do the overview, I see so much more. Well, we start you off here, my beloved Cancerians, with the element of fire, 10 of flames, like I said, fire card in the fire position with blessings. The Hava Nagila, the Hora, the celebration, the getting what you want, the fulfillment of your desire. And with blessings, I don't think it's talking about what was indicated in this card of greeting wellness, right? That chasing after, wanting this, wanting that, to make yourself feel better, chasing happiness. It feels like, no, this is a completion of something long held and worked towards, with a new beginning on its heels, because here you are in the position of Earth, what you have to get you there, that you are either in a new beginning, because I don't feel like it goes from this Four of Pentacles security, bam, to that 10 of Flames that instantly, but like something needs to complete for this new beginning to really, really be what it is, and yet you've got that Four of Pentacles. You are safe where you are. If you really look around moment by moment, you'll get, it's like, no, I really am safe. It's like, I'm not being kidnapped. I can breathe. There's a roof over my head. Let's calm it down a little bit to draw from that well of emotional security as well. Because in the mind, we have the card of the moon, really the only purely water card in the deck, even though it is a major arcana, with celebration, so that the mind can literally find ways of tiny celebrations here, larger celebrations, or at least can celebrate in the intuitive path, being a Cancerian, to use the mind to tune to the intuition, and to use the intuition and the emotion to calm the mind, right? That symbiotic ebb and flow, like the ocean would have. Just like how when you go to the beach, the mind tends to calm down, right? So maybe bring in some of that breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, right? To get that ebb and flow, wax and wane, to calm the mind. Because in your emotional field, there's an answered prayer there with the card of appraisal. Now, I'm not going to say this spread is Earth heavy, but 2 out of 5 cards, Earth, does indicate, particularly the 4 and the 7, that there is a process going on here, but the process continues from the stability of that 4 in the physical into the 7 of Pentacles in the emotional, and there's an answered prayer there. So really, the appraisal of your emotions, allow every emotion to be of value across the spectrum, right? But love what rises, use it. Somehow there's an answer to a prayer there, particularly if you are coming from that place of spirit, the 2 of Blades, analysis with emerging. It's like your spirit's going to emerge so much more if you really analyze everything as, don't know how, let's play the game. This emotion, this feeling, this experience, this retrograde, this delay, this glitch, this whatever it is happening for me in some way. But particularly if it triggers something like loss, a feeling of loss, a memory of loss, that's coming up to be healed and released. That if I can receive with love and appreciation, right, from the Ascended Masters here, receiving something lovingly from others is a way of showing love. Can you receive the lesson? Can you receive what is being given to you this Mercury retrograde, even if no one else hands you a damn thing or does a damn thing for you? But certainly if they do, you have the opportunity to receive in a way that gives them love too, so to balance that out. So this can be a lot more celebratory. Let's not forget, the mind can really come into a more celebratory place with all of this, but particularly with greeting wellness, that does make sense. Balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. As you are keeping your own mental, emotional, physical balance with all of this stuff going on, you will feel more happy, right? That organic happiness rising from a balanced body, mind, emotion, spirit, right? That holistic equilibrium there. And so really enjoy and celebrate this Mercury retrograde perhaps more than any other sign could. So there you have it, my crabbies. I like it. I like it for you. The only major arcana card is the card of the moon, and you're ruled by the moon. So I would say, yeah, the tricky sticky here is the card of loss, but remember to see it differently. Look, let it affect you however it affects you. Let the explosion happen, right? If it's triggering something from the past, be organic with it in the moment. Just don't hurt anybody, right? Particularly yourself. But then breathe. If you can remember this, right, it's Mercury retrograde. Let me just pull back. Let me not beat myself up about this. Let me not beat up anybody else about this, but let me have these emotions in a way that is stable, safe, and sane, because somehow there's an answer to a prayer, and this might be part of it, right? So the blessing, may the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury signs be blessed with all that they need for this Mercury retrograde, really to achieve the happiness they want from within, as well as the fulfillment of desires that they want, that their emotional prayers be answered, and that they bring themselves into balance, so that all my Cancerians can experience a lifetime of infinite miracles for their well-being and for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. We will have a hoot doing Drunk Tarot, but go see what it is first if you like. Check out my links. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed as I sign off. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.